Folks, we want to welcome y'all back to season 2,
Welcome back in.
episode 1.
One of those and one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
these.
yeah. There we go. Yeah, yeah, give me that.
No, enough.
Hey, so there's a few things we want to express first and foremost, praise God for everything he's doing in our lives and in our
Gratitude.
business. And the second thing is, man, season 1 was a hit. A lot of y'all loved it. The shares it got, um, the love it got over on YouTube, the shorts. We're seeing all the analytics pour in, and we can't express enough the level of gratitude we have. So we want to say thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we're looking forward to this season. This season's going to be amazing because,
It's a
man,
little. It's a little. It's a little different. A little sauce.
it's a
A
little
different
different.
sauce this time.
Yeah,
So I noticed that it's just you and me, Kush.
yeah. Why is that?
But that's intentional. And I also want to piggyback off that. Genuinely, I know there's a lot of things going on in the world today. So for people to really sit down and watch our podcast and engage with us and
Just
get to know
listen
our
to it.
guests, get to know us, yeah, on
Yeah,
this journey and evolve and grow with us is truly a beautiful thing. Like you said, glory to God. And
yeah.
we're thankful for everyone that was on season 1. But season 2,
It's a little different.
a little different, a little bit different.
What we
But
doing
the
different
same.
this
But
season,
the
bro?
different but the same. Well, this, for instance, is just because a lot of people know us in the space.
Yeah,
And even if you maybe know us a little bit or, we're really tight with you, I think you know a little bit of our story,
yeah,
but we want to unpack that a little more and tell a little more of that story of how we got here right now. Cush and Breeze,
yeah.
off the beaten path, Apex Mountain, our faith journey, and talk a little bit about that to kick off season 2.
And in addition to that,
Oh,
this entire season
is
featuring
hold on, wait for it.
women only.
Women only.
And the reason we did that is because, man, there's a lot of women in the outdoor space, in the
Yeah,
firearm space, camping, hiking, all of that, canning, and man,
women.
women. We all came from a woman. Word to
Got our
Tupac.
name from our woman. Yeah,
We wanted to host a season of ladies exclusively because, um, man, there's always some intriguing conversations that happen between the ladies, and to be able to explore it and tell that side of what's happening in the industry as it continues to evolve is amazing, and we're happy to be at the forefront with it. So,
so
Breeze, where do we start, bro?
Kush.
I mean, like, seriously, like,
Man, where do we start? Probably, mm, maybe
let's start.
when
Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
let's say like when well well really I was gonna say the studio when we
Yeah,
opened the
same.
recording studio, Forever Dope Media Group. But also the beautiful thing about that, I just had a conversation today, and in that conversation I said the beautiful thing about Kush and I is we built the brotherhood first.
Yeah,
Before that business, we
yeah,
were brothers. And even throughout that business and through the ups and downs and the things that not everyone sees in the forefront, we built we relied on our brotherhood. We leaned on our brotherhood. Thank God that we had it. And
yeah.
I think it only strengthened it and made us better, made our business better. And now fast forward to right now. So that's
We
a great question.
definitely forged our brotherhood in the fire
For sure. For
because,
sure.
I
Yeah.
think so. I guess let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Breezy and I met, we were both working at a big box music retailer. I'm not gonna drop their name because no free promo.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
we were working at this big box retailer. I was a year and a half out of audio school, and Breezy and I, man, it was so funny. I still remember, like, we looked at each other like, yo, where do I know this cat from?
I think
And
everyone's played that game at some point, right? Where do I know
yeah,
you
yeah.
from?
And in addition to that, it was very few and far between because when I first started working at this place, I
My
was only
boy worked like an hour.
working like an hour a day. That was the agreement I had with the store manager because I was there for the discounts. And after like 3 or 4 days, so you're talking maybe 2 weeks, me and Breezy one day we finally just we were like looking at each other and we could not let it go, bro. I was like, "Yo, I know you from somewhere, blah blah blah." Well, it turns out I was at a house party for an old friend of his, that was at
My
Breezy's
house.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's where the relationship begins, the friendship. We obviously we're at this music store, so we're talking music, audio. He finds out I'm a mix engineer. I find out he makes beats to my surprise because I was like, "Yo, bro, ain't no way you cutting these records." And he was like, "Nah, bro, that's me." And I was like, "Nah, bro." Shout out my boy Doc.
And shout out Doc.
Breezy does have the best.
Oh man. Shots
I'm saying
fired.
that on record.
Uh-oh, you
Um,
froze. You're back. Yeah, sorry. I want to let you tell your part of it, but this was a cool moment for me because I remember you walked over with this. It was like kind of questioning. I remember I was playing beats for Doc. Shout out the homie Doc. And you're like, "Yo, who made that?" I was like,
yeah,
"Me." He's like,
yeah.
"Nah, bro, who made that?" I'm like, "Yo, that's my beat." He's like, "You made that." And if you remember, you gave me a song to chop.
Yep.
You're like,
Leonard
"Yo, bro, I've
Skinner.
always wanted to chop this Leonard Skinner song."
Yep.
And I said, "Yeah, bet. Which one?" And you remember, bro, like the next day I came in and I
Chop.
played, you're like, "Yo, bro, you spazzed out." So there
Yeah.
was some cool moments like that along the way where we just kept continuing to click as brothers at this store.
And
And we were also professional idiots.
yes, and I gotta say this. We're gonna skip a lot of that what happened at the store, but we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about how we launched into the business because, um,
It
bro,
was a
me and Breezy were the
conversation at
top
that
two.
store.
Yeah, we were the top two salesmen
Yeah.
in the entire store, and no one could come close to us. No one ever tried. We did what we wanted to when we wanted to, and I come from a traditional sales background, and Breezy has the personality, which if you're in sales in 2025, you know it's all personality these days. And so, man, there was a gentleman there, I'm just gonna say ahead, RIP. He worked in the back warehouse, and
Mhm.
he was ill one time and he just didn't look good. And me and Breezy, man, this part right here sounds funny because if you know me and Rob, you know we have a dark sense of humor. We're walking by him and we're like, "Yo, bro, you look good. You all right? You don't look too good." He goes, "Man," he goes, I'm all right." And Breezy goes, "Yo, you look like you're gonna die."
Well, he looked like he
Yeah,
didn't
he
look
was
good,
yellow. He
yeah.
was jaundiced
And
completely
he
out.
was a funny guy, so he
Yeah,
kinda laughed as well,
his eyes were yellow. Like he was literally jaundiced all the way out.
not knowing.
Literally, the next day we were both are working the morning shift. We walk in
Yep,
and the store manager says, "Hi, I need everybody to come to the corral, the front
that's pretty
corral."
good.
Yep, we go to the front corral and he's like, "Man,
Some
so
sad news, yeah.
and so passed last night." And everybody was like, "Oh man, what you know what I'm saying?" And me and Breezy were just looking at each other. And this was, I think, the tipping point for both of us. He said, the district manager was in town. And right as the store manager finished saying that, he said, "This guy, what a
Uh,
dirtbag." This
yeah,
guy said,
looks
"Well,
like we got a position to fill.
yeah, it looks like we got an opening to fill." And me and Breezy were like, "Yo, what?" And everybody was laughing. And it's like, man, so ad populum is when just when there's a large group of people doing something, everybody thinks it's all right. I don't play with the dead like that. Fresh dead or been dead. I don't play with the dead like that. And me and Breezy were the only two people not laughing. You know what I'm saying? So like we were just like, nah, that ain't even cool. Literally within a week or two, me and Breezy were talking about launching a studio. Fast forward, studios launched. We had this studio for just under 8 years, and it was called Forever Dope Media Group. And man, we were really big on creating. I worked in the studios down in Miami, and I saw how they document everything. I'm a former recording artist, so I know what the studio sessions are like in small studios, and I know what studio sessions are like in big studios because I was a recording and mix engineer. And I remember when I opened the studio, or when I started working in the studios, I was like, man, we don't do like this on the local level. And so when me and Breezy opened up a studio, we both had the understanding that we're gonna run this at a very pro level to start grooming the locals for,
Premium. Yeah.
yeah, for the potential of going into the actual industry and working. And that's what we did. We set a very high standard in the city. We were running 3 hour minimums. We did producer camps. We did songwriting camps. We built
Yeah, we had
a
a
clad iron brand here in the city. And y'all would think, man, these boys are crazy because during COVID, man, COVID changed the world first and foremost. Let me say that. But that's where our faith story begins.
yeah.
And Breezy, I'll let you pick up on this part right here.
Yeah, for sure. And you man, what a time in human history. You're right. I remember us looking at each other like, what are we gonna do? Or what do we do with the studio? And what a crazy twist it was because
Yep.
essentially so many people were furloughed and worked remotely and were now starting to get stimulus checks that
Our business blew up.
business blew up. Everyone wanted to come record. They had time on their hands. So it went from a state of like, what are we going to do? How do we pivot? Which credit to you, we did with the artist, the one-on-one artist interviews and continue to create content. But pandemic, we're doing good at the studio and
And then the Delta
taking
variant came
taking
out.
precautions. I was very cautious. Them boys would roast me sometimes. I'd wear a mask. I'd have my stuff on and wash my hands 1,000 times a day. And yeah, one day we had like a long weekend. I wasn't feeling too good, and turned out I had COVID. Wasn't too bad at first. I said, "Oh, this isn't too bad. I'm gonna ride this out at home." I remember telling Kush like, yo, bro, because like you said, Delta variant. I don't know if people remember the timeline exactly, but the hospitals were crazy. You couldn't go visit anyone in the hospital. Like the last place on earth I wanted to go was the hospital. And unknowingly, I was like, man, I'll die at home, kind of jokingly before I go to the hospital. And I'm gonna try to like give the shortened version of
Yeah,
this.
do the super short version
Yeah,
because
yeah,
guys, we have some
I went I
documentation
went
coming up.
downhill. Within like a week, I ended up in the hospital. Wasn't good. The last thing I remember before I was completely out was a doctor telling me they were bringing me to the ICU.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, I opened my eyes for the first time. I had a nurse there telling me where I was, why I was there. I was on a breathing machine, a ventilator. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I had no muscle in my body. And that's really when the real battle began. And it was all over 2 months that I was hospitalized, 1 full month in a recovery hospital. And that's really where my faith started because it was just me in a room, just like you see me now is how I drove to the ER, and then I woke up and had to fight through all these things to learn how to walk again and talk again and chew food and things that I never even imagined. And it really got it was God. Now I understand this. At the moment I didn't, but it was God unplugging me. He had to get me close. He had to get me to a quiet place, so I could find him. And this was part
Amen.
of his purpose for me and part of my testimony. And praise God that I'm here to tell it. And, I got out and I was pretty much scared of the world for a while. And Cush and I talked and praise God for him because he kept the studio running basically by himself. I mean, we had employees, but
Yeah, but
essentially,
if I can jump in right here, but at
yeah,
that time, like Breeze is laid up, and we're keep giving you the super condensed version.
yeah,
I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do because
yeah.
the short end of that is
You,
the doctors thought he was gonna
oh, yeah, yeah,
transition over, and so
yeah.
I was like, man, I slapped my old marketing resume back up, and I
Mm,
landed at this ammunition company, and I told my team, yo, we'll book all the sessions, y'all just run them, and over the next 8 or 9 months, while Breezy was like finally breaking out of his cocoon and coming back, I was still at this place, and I rebranded this company. I was I was exposed to something that I had never really realized, and it was that the 2A space and the outdoor space, and I was like, "Yo, man!" Like I
I
saw,
remember you calling me. Yeah.
I saw a lane for us because Breezy and I already wanted to close the studio, but we just weren't sure on it because, yo, we did have
Yes.
about
Well,
10
I think you
people.
were there,
Yeah, I was
right?
there
As
first.
far
Oh yeah,
because it and I said this in conversation to someone the other day. It felt like it went from a tailwind to a headwind.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
hundred
and
percent.
and I think you realized that before me
Yeah,
because I had this new zest and zeal for like, "I made it. No,
the
we're gonna do
second
this. We
wind.
we
Yep.
put these much years into the studio. We can't let this thing go." And then slowly I realized that this just wasn't our purpose anymore.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say slowly. I would say what happened pretty
For
quick.
me, yeah, for
That
me,
one
and
session.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
I had to sit with it for a while because we did build this thing and I saw it and I
Yep.
saw what it was. And so yeah, for you, because you're a little more black and white, you know
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I had to sit and but it was very black and white for me when it happened.
And
When I
so,
realized like
I mean,
we need to pivot.
and praise God because when we did, we had just signed another 3-year lease, and
Yeah,
we
we
went
did.
into our landlord and told him what took place. He's like, "Y'all have been my best tenants for so long. Yeah, cool. Don't worry about breaking the contract. Blah blah blah. Just clean cut."
Yeah,
And that's what we did. And I did sign a non compete, and so I had to sit for a year. But that whole year, Breezy and I were strategizing. We're like, man, what could we do with that bridges all of our talents, rather brings them over from the entertainment industry, and does it for this space, like the
right.
Second Amendment space and the outdoor space, and man, a lot. Some of y'all may know this. My contacts out there in the world know this. I am a relationship beast. I firmly believe in
Amazing.
connecting dots. I love connecting dots. I love building value in others.
Yeah,
And the other side of that coin is that people find me valuable. And marketing is, helping solve problems and connecting people.
yeah.
And so when it was time to launch our business, Rob and I had already been strategizing for a year. We picked our name, the branding, and we launched. And we haven't even hit our second year yet, but we're
Yeah.
we're about to cross into it. And man, we launched. I've reached out to some of the influencers I was working with throughout those 7 or 8 months that I was at that company, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing now. Me and my business partner are doing this, and we got a bunch of green lights, and praise God, from
Praise
there
God.
it's just been
And
up.
it's
Yeah,
amazing to think about that journey, right? And some of the side quests we were on
yeah,
as this
yeah.
thing was in this mountain,
Evolving.
so
Yeah,
to say, and we were like you, Cush, and me, Breezy, adding
yeah,
to our toolboxes and refining,
yeah.
everything along the way to create Apex Mountain.
And so and that puts us here at
Yeah,
off the beaten path because Breezy makes beats. That's his drum machine in the middle. And we love having conversations. We love
yeah,
telling stories. And so this was very natural. One of the holes we saw in the space was like, okay, there's a lot of people in the space, but there's no one telling the stories. And our company slogan for Apex Mountain is bridge the gap between the urban and outdoor markets, because we are city boys. I'm not from Miami born and raised. I'm from West Palm Beach born and raised. That's like 45 minutes north of Miami.
Miami's our backyard.
Yeah. And in the
We
city,
did
you
some
age in
Miami
dog years.
things growing up.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
we
We
found
age in
Miami.
dog years. Yep.
That's a fact.
So by the time I was 21, I had ran in and out of the streets more times than I could care for. And me and my brother, identical twin brother, we were outside doing hood rat stuff because, well, we were hood rats. And so we had fun, and our goal was like, when I found out, y'all may have heard this last season, but when me and Breezy opened up a studio, he was like, "Hey man, you gonna be carrying your pistol, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "You got a license?" And I was like, "License? I don't need no license." He goes, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I'm gonna just keep that thing tucked and up it if I need it." He was like, "Nah, bro." He's like, "You need a license." So the only reason I had my L's was because my business partner, my brother, my right hand was like, yo, bro, I don't want to see you get hemmed up. Get your life. Keep in mind, I did not know anything about the gun
And this
space
is
or the outdoor space.
2016,
Yeah.
2017. This isn't
Yep.
a long time ago.
So fast forward, when I get into the space, I'm like, the data that's coming out of the NSSF, I'm like, yo, bro, there's the black and Latino and other minorities don't know that we're allowed to own guns legally. I didn't know that growing up. I only thought two types of people own guns growing up: cops and street kids. And I was a street kid. And I don't condone, underage gun ownership, but I do condone education of the underage in firearms because that is a real initiative. And I do support that because, I am a father of three, and shooting is a sport that me and two of my kids love, and I know Breezy loves with his and his son. So I say that because, man, this is one of the bridges. This is one of the literal bridges that we've decided to create in order to help tell these stories. And y'all have been really receptive of our stories, and our faith calling. It truly is our North Star. We let that navigate everything. And if you guys knew us, yo, I want to say this because I don't think y'all will ever be able to wrap your head around how much Breezy and I were in the wilderness. I will always refer to my time
And that might
as,
not even mean anything to a segment of people being
yeah.
in the wilderness because I
Well,
didn't
I
even
was just
really
about
know
to
what
say
that
that.
was
I
6
was
years ago.
I was just about to say that. I will always refer to my time as a agnostic person. That period in my life will be always the wilderness because I purposely turned my back on the Lord when I was like 20, 25, 24, and I only came back 2 years ago. So yeah, it's almost 17 years. But it took there was a mountain of stuff happening, and the straw that broke the camel's back was when my brother Breezy was about to kick the bucket, and God said, "Nope, not yet." And I told the Lord, yo, full transparency. I'm not gonna say it because I'm working on my tongue, but I cursed at the Lord. I said, I didn't curse him. I just said, if you're blank real, you'll bring Breezy back. And literally overnight, he started doing better. And I had to keep my word to the Lord because the Lord made provisions to keep Bob here. Bob.
My,
to keep my boy Bob
Bobby,
here.
my boy Bobby.
My boy Bob. And the last 2 years has been a very explorative state for me. And I got baptized last year, almost a year ago, July,
No,
almost
that was
Tuesday.
wasn't it a couple years ago? Because remember that was late 21. I went down. I came because I got baptized November 22. Oh
And I
yeah,
got
a
baptized.
couple years ago, wasn't it? No.
I saw the picture here. It's
Yeah.
definitely July, maybe July
Yeah.
23. Yeah, 2 years old. Because I remember the other day I said, "Oh, it's my birthday."
Yep.
You're like, "Yo, I really
Yeah,
like this,
yeah, it's my
man."
birthday.
And so,
Yeah, we're new men.
that's our story in a nutshell, man.
Yeah.
The Lord, man. There's something me and Breezy have been saying. This podcast is to not only talk about that. We realize this after season one. We want to talk more about our faith. And we understand that all of our guests may or may not have views that align. Our goal is not to get people to say, oh, this conversation uh isn't one that I want to engage in. No, our goal is to tell the story of people and sprinkle in our faith because,
It's
man,
part of our story.
it's part of our
It's
story. It's
it's a
what
big
God
part.
is
It's
here.
yeah,
And
it's a
you'd be
big part of what
surprised at how many people have faith. Sometimes it's a quiet faith.
yeah.
Sometimes it's I heard this expression when I was a teenager. Wow, wide open worship faith, meaning like they're just we
Right.
know a guy. We know a guy who talks to everybody about Jesus. Doesn't matter where you're at in life or where you're at in location. He'll
You
just walk.
saying personally, we actually know
Yeah,
a
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. We know
Yeah.
him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
And
he has an
look at
amazing
that. I
story.
used to shun him and mock
Yep,
him in
yep,
the wilderness, not
yep,
understanding his story.
yep.
For one, and I just have that much more of an appreciation for it. So you never know. And I want to say as well, I agree with everything you're saying. I mean, we talk on a day to day, and we're very aligned in what our mission is and keeping God first is that, man, you're never too far from God. Just talk to him. You
That's
know,
it.
I never prayed. I used to think you tell me you were praying for me. No, thanks. I'm good. I thought that was
You know what the beautiful thing is, bro? As long as you have breath in your lungs,
that's
it's
it.
never too late,
It's
bro.
never too late.
We're
So
just here to sow the seed.
that's
Where
it.
where it lands
Right.
is on you.
Yeah.
It could land in good
Pray it.
soil.
That's it. And not in the
Yep,
get choked out,
that's it, brother.
gravel in the rocks. Yeah. So
But
yes. Here we
yeah,
are.
our
Season two.
talents, our faith,
Yep.
and hip hop and comedy all intersect
This is
right
the
here on this podcast.
intersect. I was gonna say the culmination. Either
Yeah,
way, they've crossing paths and
there it
hidden
is.
things and forks in the road.
Perpendicular. Ah,
And
what are you
I
gonna
do
do?
have a beat here on the
Oh yeah,
old
yeah, yeah.
Get Up
Folks, so
Live, but
yeah,
this thing's
play the
pretty
sample.
fresh, bro. Like if we're going like produce standards, I don't know what's considered like fresh until it's old, but I would say this is pretty fresh.
Play the
Like
sample,
I
brother.
just
Let me
loaded
hear
it
it.
up on the cart. So you let me know what you think about this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the drop.
Very simple. That's it. That's
Oh,
really
that's it.
you know what I did with this? This was one of those beats, and I'm sure my producers out there, Cush included, can appreciate this. And this can go for life as well. Sometimes you just got to strip it down, bro.
That's it.
You got
That's
to keep
it.
it simple.
Yeah,
I made that and I had all this stuff going on and I got rid of some drums and
yeah.
I kept it simple. It's sample, a few drums, some hats.
Look,
What is it? Keep it simple.
keep it simple.
Stupid.
So yeah, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid simple. Ah,
Oh, I like that one too.
what you gonna
What
do?
is it?
That's what I usually say because I don't want to offend people. Oh, you call me stupid. No, I said keep it
Yeah,
stupid simple.
stupid simple.
Anyhow,
Anywho,
so this episode it's the kickoff for season 2. It is to tell y'all that we are going to be a little more intentional with our conversations as far as our faith is concerned, our production. We noticed last season we didn't really talk a lot of hip hop either. You know
we
what I'm
did.
saying? Like
Yeah.
we are like rap heads. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we're
Like
nerds. We're
yeah,
heads. We can
definitely. I got a vinyl collection. Breezy got a vinyl collection.
you can't
Breezy's a producer. I haven't produced in some time, but I can do a thing or two.
stop.
But
Kush
I
is a
can
beast.
rap.
There's a reason they call him Amazon Kush. He be out in the wilderness
I can
clapping
rap.
up trees and throwing coconuts. He can
You,
rap too.
yo, bro. Speaking of rapping, yo, we're gonna launch my project, Grace in
Oh,
the Wilderness. We got that's been almost done for almost a year.
it has. What are you waiting on?
My boy needs to send me one last beat.
I think I got it. I think I might know a guy.
So, all right. I know when you were in the world, who was your top 5?
Jay-Z, Nas, Andre 3000. This is no particular order.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ice Cube, Scarface.
Yo, my list was close.
Probably interchange that. I'd go back and forth on DMX, Prodigy from Mobb Deep, and at one point in time, Cool G rap. Like you couldn't out rap him to me.
Prodigy definitely has the best verse hands down ever.
No question.
Greatest verse
Start
of
to
all
finish,
time.
bar for bar.
Yeah.
It's a Bronx Tale. If we're talking movies,
Oh yeah,
it's
100%.
Goodfellas. It's flawless,
Yeah.
start to finish.
And you could wheel it up 1,000 times and you just
I think we've punched each other like 1,000 times
1,000
on road
times.
trips. We haven't heard that song a billion times.
You remember that one road trip we listened to it like 40 times?
We were leaving New York.
Literally.
Yo,
Yeah.
New York was the backdrop.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said for anyone that's I grew up, we both grew up in South Florida, so it was very transient. It was a melting pot. So that's
Yeah.
how I knew dudes that were listening to Texas music and West Coast music, and we had Booty and Miami Bass, Two Live Crew, a lot of New York influence down here. But I was
Yeah.
still from Palm Beach. I was from West Palm. I never
Yo,
forget the
son.
first trip I took to New York,
Ah,
and I heard that music in Brooklyn in the city. I was like,
different.
yo, it all makes sense now. Like I
Yeah.
get it. I'm in this concrete jungle. listening to Mobb Deep and Wu
Yeah.
Tang and Nas, and it just hits so
That's
different.
like us and Trick Daddy or Luke Skywalker in the
That's it.
club.
Cause flip the script. I remember New Yorkers hating hard on all that. Oh man, and I said, just
Wait.
wait till y'all
Yeah.
come to the club, and
Bro,
you'll
you
have a
remember
different
when
appreciation.
Outkast came out?
Oh, come on, man.
Bro, I remember the first time I heard Scarface.
Come on,
Or
man.
well, the first time I heard Scarface or anything from the Third Coast, UGK, 8 Ball and MJG, my mind was
Yeah,
I'm from the South through and through. Bro, transparently, I don't know how many dudes will admit this, bro. I didn't listen to New York rap until I want to say I was like 19 or 20. The
yeah,
first New York record, I remember 2 records from New York. One of them was, and that's because my sister was older than me. Queen Latifah. Who you calling up?
yeah,
UNITY.
yeah.
That
Great
one,
record.
and then you down with OPP. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know me. But I don't know if they're from New York or not.
No, that's Jersey, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was a New York sound though. Yeah, it
but
was like
after that,
East Coast. We'll say East Coast hip hop.
yo, No Limit Records had me in a headlock, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
No Limit had me in a headlock. Cash
That was
Money had me in a head.
crazy.
8
Yeah.
Ball, MJG,
What an era.
UGK, bro.
Yo, No
We-
Limit was dropping an album like every other week. I'd go to remember Tuesdays. You like that was the day. That was the album drop day. You'd
Yeah,
be at the store spazzing out because 10 albums dropped.
you're like, yo, steal one for me.
We all had a homie that worked at Specs or
Yeah.
Peaches. Um,
Oh man,
yeah.
shout out
Oh
my boy
man.
P.
Oh man, I was gonna ask you a question. Oh, I know we argue about this a lot, and maybe we can drop a. We'll have to cut this little piece to ask the people because my brother Cush, we're both fans of Nas,
Oh, here we
but
go.
we argue Illmatic or Stillmatic.
Stillmatic all
And I'm
day.
a big Illmatic dude because that was one of the first albums that I never
Yeah,
forget. This was the days of cassettes, singles.
yeah,
And I never
yeah,
forget I had halftime on cassette and it was Nasty Nas at the
yeah,
time. He was still
yeah.
nasty, dropped the nasty. Um, but we
Oh,
argue on that a lot, which is funny because I also to flip the script, the strangest thing in my life, I knew a guy that was a Nas fan but didn't like Illmatic. Like that wasn't
what?
he was
No, I wouldn't say that.
it was written post Illmatic dude. And I was like, yo, that's so strange.
That's strange.
That's
Yeah,
like liking Jordan, but only when he played for the Hornets.
yeah. Hey, I wanted to say something about that. You brought that up. I only became a Jordan fan when he was evolving into Jordan. I wasn't a Jordan fan before Chicago, but like the 90s,
Well,
90s
yeah,
run.
but that
Jordans.
was I
You know
mean
who I was a fan of? Muggsy Bogues. I made a
five,
post about
five
this some
three,
years ago.
5'3",
This-
baby.
He stood tall amongst giants.
100%.
Bro, that's
What is
all
it?
art.
If they're big, they're slow. If you're small, you're quick. Use
Listen,
use your strength and their weakness.
that's
And
it.
that's there's I think you posted the picture. It's him and
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
And Jordan's got the ball palmed in his hand and
I
he's looking down at Muggsy.
I made that post, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. Man, and I wish, hindsight is 2020. And I remember when I was younger, bro, all I wanted was a Muggsy Bogues jersey.
Yeah.
Because I
You gave
remember
me
my mom,
hope.
huh?
I was like, I can make it to the league one
No,
day.
my mom, like, why do you
Straight
like
up.
Muggsy Bogues so much? And I was like, man, he ain't number 5'3".
Defy
Dunk
all
him.
odds, bro. I'm sure he heard his entire life. Nah, bro, that ain't
Yeah,
you ain't never gonna make the league,
yeah.
bro. You're
All you got to
fucking
do is
crazy.
believe.
Shout out all the Spud Webb.
Man,
That was a
R.I.P.
great era.
Spud. Wait,
That was
is
a
he
great
dead?
era. No, I don't think.
No, okay, I'll
I
take that.
think Spud's still with us.
Yeah, Spurs. Anyhow,
Yeah,
so outdoors, bro. I know last semester, there it is, last
there it is.
semester.
Last semester,
Now
and we
last
branched
season.
out. Not for nothing. No, dang, Spud Webb, 62, bro.
Wow. Spuddy. Potato Web. There he is. Potato Web.
Potato Webb. Anthony Jerome Spud Webb. There he
Wow.
is.
AJ. We gotta
Yep.
tell our boy AJ.
Oh, he was 5'6".
Wow. Another one. Stood
Yep.
tall amongst giants.
That's it. Shout
But
out.
so man, that's our story in a nutshell. We are gonna reinforce talking more rap, hip hop, beats. You guys know our sense of humor, comedy. This season, we're looking forward to all the amazing guests. We already have a few shows recorded. And so we're really excited. We're really excited to continue this platform and continue building with y'all. And man, also our business, Mountain, is hosting some incredible giveaways month over month. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at
You
AP
came out of the gate strong. Go ahead. Sorry.
at APXMNTN. And we host giveaways monthly, and we're wrapping one up at the end of this
Go ahead and
month.
run it down. What do we got on there? What do we got for the giveaway?
We got the Matador Mat 9 roller. We got the Gideon optic. We have Texas Star from Crate Tactical. We have magazines from KCI,
Yep.
and we're contributing $250 of. Don't quote me on that. It might be 200 or 250,
Mm,
but whatever. We're giving a credit up to $250 of ammo. So make sure y'all register. Y'all stay follow us, stay tuned with us, stay tapped in, all
Stay
that.
locked in.
But yeah, we're excited to bring you this next season, and we want to keep building with y'all. And yo, Breeze, I know you had already pre-made this beat, but let the people hear the beat one more time.
One more time.
There it is. There it is.
Got a
I mean,
little
really,
man. The Clips album gave me some inspiration.
yeah,
Pharrell really,
yeah,
dude looks like he's just got out of high school still, too.
yeah. Still to this day,
Yeah. To this day.
to this day.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode.
Stay locked in.
We're gonna keep this one short and sweet. We
Yeah,
appreciate y'all,
that was
and
good.
yeah, y'all have a good one.
Until next time, let's round of
Right.
applause.
Indeed.
If I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.